Hari Om Tat Sat. Four chapters of freedom. Commentary on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Swami Satyanand Saraswati. Chapter 1, Samadhi Pada. Sutra 7. Pramana. Sources of right knowledge. Pratyakshanuma Nagama Pramanani. Pratyaksha, direct cognition, sense evidence, Anumana, inference, Agama, testimony, revelation, Pramanani, the sources of right knowledge. Direct cognition, inference, and testimony are the sources of right knowledge. In this sutra, the Rishi is trying to explain right knowledge, pramana. It has already been included in the previous sutra as a manifestation of mind. The mind does not always take the form of right knowledge alone. It sometimes manifests wrong knowledge also. This sutra explains what is meant by right knowledge. Right knowledge can be gained from three sources: sense evidence, inference, and testimony. Sense evidence is the knowledge produced by the contact of a sense organ with an object of knowledge. For example, we see a flower, we smell it, we hear someone crying, and so on. If your senses indriyas are intact, if none of them are defective, then sense evidence is one of the sources of right knowledge. It should be remembered that this is not the only source of right knowledge, because sometimes our senses deceive us. For example, the mirage produced in a desert due to hot air. In this case, there is actually no water, but our eyes make us believe the appearance of water to be a reality. The sense evidence in this case does not constitute right knowledge, for we can become aware of our illusion if we try to get to the water. Anumana, inference, becomes a source of right knowledge when it is based on sound reasoning. We see smoke on a distant mountain and immediately infer that there must be fire on the mountain. This inference is based on the experience which has never failed us, namely that whenever we came across smoke, we also found the presence of fire. This is called invariable concomitance. When two things or events are invariably found to go together, we can infer the presence of either of them whenever we see the other. Agama means testimony. It is useful in such circumstances where no sense evidence is available, as well as if there are not sufficient grounds for inference. Here we have to depend simply on what others say, but there is one important condition. The other person whose authority may be taken as a sufficient source of right knowledge and who is called an apta has to fulfill two conditions. First, he should have right knowledge himself, and secondly, he should be able to impart that knowledge without any mistake. When these two conditions are fulfilled, we can take agama as right knowledge. In yoga, the authority is called a guru. What he hands over to the disciple is simply on faith, but nevertheless, It is right knowledge because a guru has agama. Because guru is a person who knows correctly. The scriptures are known as agama because they hand the topics discussed. The scriptures are known as agama because they are the revelations of the rishis who have experienced at first and the topics discussed therein. Moreover, the statements of the scriptures are not amenable to either sense evidence or inference. Hari Om Tat Sat.